Thank you. It's the guest fourth day, yeah? And I'm sure for some, fatigue is probably beginning to set in, but the excitement at the same time is palpable. My name is Gqinumzi Potyo. And then don't try that at home. I am the current interim CEO of the agency, ECRDA. I think virtually we have a lot of people joining, and I would want to acknowledge most probably our chair of the board, who has been with us. She had attended physically the first two sessions. She attended the previous one virtually, and I'm sure today as well she's joining virtually. The member of the board and the chairperson of the Research Projects and Stakeholder Management Committee of the board, Tarukoyo, is here with us physically. He was here in the previous one, and I think this was great on Monday. Yeah. We also have other board members who are attending virtually, so I would want to acknowledge them. Our facilitator, who has done a sterling job, Ian from ECSEC. This has been 4.5 days. So Ian is here. We have the acting HOD, spoke to him this morning as well, Mr. Diamond. About other things, he's probably joining as well virtually. Our distinguished panelists, I'll let Mr. Koyo thank them at the end and call them by name. But the fact that you took time out of your busy schedules to be with us today to facilitate the conversations is greatly appreciated. Our partners and stakeholders who are here today, farm organizations and farmers who are with us. We have colleagues from other government departments and entities, and some of them have been with us throughout. ECDC in particular has been with us for all, if not almost all, the sessions. We have had other entities. Islana Desert at some point, we have Kucha today, and we have had others as well, and I'm sorry if I don't mention you. Other officials of government who are part of the sessions, either virtually or with us physically today, as well as the employees of ECRDA and everyone, colleagues, good morning. Morning. Thank you. It is indeed a great pleasure for us to convene here this morning, and I would like to thank you for honoring our invitation to this dialogue. This is the fourth commodity dialogue to be hosted by us, and we are indeed grateful that you are with us today. And like I said earlier on, we are immensely indebted to the panelists who have agreed to join and facilitate the conversation. I think I must also take the opportunity to thank those who have been with us throughout this series. So it's been a series of 4 dialogue sessions. This is the last one, and other people have been with us throughout. Your dedication to the rural development of this province of ours is greatly appreciated. So today we're talking potatoes. And this is one of the commodities that's very close to my mother's heart. And you see, when we grow up, and they still plant them even today, but when we grow up, I got to learn of something, and I don't know if it's in English here, the emu. Now, my mother was very proud of the fact that with potatoes, you don't only eat the first harvest, you continue to have harvest afterwards. Now, other people said they've applied this in other areas in life, especially social life. If you ever had something with time, you can always have, imivuka. That's not what my mom was talking about. She was talking about the real potatoes. Now, this is one versatile product, and I'm sure we all have seen it in various shapes and forms. Here just indicated how versatile this potato is. Potato is Africa's second most grown crop and is widely used as a staple food for maize. It is widely used as a staple food after maize. Potatoes, we probably know these, constitute the biggest fresh vegetable crop in South Africa and represent more than 30% of the turnover of fresh produce market. And we do have a fresh produce market today. They will talk to us about some of these things. The overall contribution by emerging and communal farmers is still relatively small in South Africa, and it might be attributed to the fact that potatoes are seen as one of the extremely difficult and expensive to produce. We'll probably hear how that is. There is an incredible work that's currently being done by government working with Potatoes SA within the province to assist emerging and communal potato farmers with technical and financial support. For instance, ECPC has procured a washing and sorting machine for Bizana potato farmers. And this is housed in the Bizana Red Hub. And we have had another conversation with Mr. Kovile about the things that are happening at the Bizana Red Hub. And I hope we're not going to have more problems. Now, it's housed in that Red Hub, and this clearly demonstrates the unwavering support from government and seriousness to grow the sector within the province. The question, though, we should ask, is this enough? I would argue not. The opportunities with this crop are immense, both from a primary production and agro-processing spaces. And I'm sure we'll hear, most of those things today. We therefore converge here today as a precursor to a strategic planning session of ECRDA board to be held next week. We meet to engage and provide the much needed insight by the decision makers as they navigate the options and opportunities necessary to ensure the realization of an inclusive and sustainable rural economy, and that being the vision of the ECRDA. We meet to find creative and inclusive ways to ensure the realization of the objects of the ECRDA establishing legislation, the ECRFC Amendment Act 1 of 2012, which states the objects of the agency as being, and I quote, to promote, support, and facilitate rural development in the province by driving and coordinating integrated programs of rural development, land reform, and agrarian transformation in the province, by promoting applied research and innovative technologies for rural development in the province, by facilitating the participation of the private sector and community organizations in rural development programs, close quote. We converge here today, both physically and virtually, to tap onto your knowledge and views on how to achieve the agency's main strategic thrust aimed at building inclusive rural communities through development of agro-industries embedded in entrepreneurship and innovation to create wealth and advance transformative resource distribution. We are firmly of the view that the commercialization of the Eastern Cape's primary agricultural commodities like potatoes and the localization of downstream value chain development are very critical for the long-term economic growth of this province. We therefore ask you to spend this very important morning of your diaries with us with a view to engage in this community dialogue, and we are grateful you have acceded to our request. The purpose of this dialogue, as I come towards the end, is to provide a shared platform between government, sector-specific industry captains, and thought leaders to engage meaningfully on the common shared vision to grow the identified sector. It is to foster inclusive rural socio-economic development. It is to share learnings on sector gaps and opportunities where ECRDA, collaborating with strategic partners, can stimulate rural-based industries in various agricultural value chains. As I close, we have invited farmers, commodity experts, processors, government departments, public entities to share industry-specific knowledge and advice on improving the performance of this sector in the province. We hope that the outcomes of the dialogue will shape the future collaboration amongst all participating stakeholders and those that are not in attendance to grow the potato industry in the province. And I say this because it's not so much about what ECRDA can do. It is about how everyone who has come together in these conversations can find collaborative ways, even among themselves, to expand the space. I would want to end with the words I used in the first dialogue on this series on the 1st of November, when the topic of discussion was wool and more hair, because it is still relevant even today. I said then, and I want to say now, we therefore gather here not with a basket full of solutions and answers, but with open minds and hearts eager to engage and find collaborative ways of realizing the objects of our establishing legislation. With those words, I would want to sincerely thank everyone for participating in this last dialogue in this series, and we hope to organize more in the near future, not as talk shops, but as opportunities for engagement, for collaboration going forward. You are invited to contribute generously in shaping this valuable industry in our province. Your ideas are very welcome. Thank you very much.